Okay. Already? Check mic. Alright. Good. Let me check the stream. Already? Yep. Check. Finally. I was just getting ready with the stuff here. Like I brought some tea and water. You know, because I'm gonna keep talking, reading all this text. It need to be as clear as possible. And okay. Oh, yeah, let me move the magic cloth. Oh, now you can see me. This is magic. This is the magic here. We just put it back over here so it won't get lost. Okay. Now we're in episode 5, part 2 of investigation. As you can read here. Let's go. Let's go. 15th of April, Baker Street. Alright. Oh, it's that thief. See, that's why I hate grown-ups. All they do is feed your pack of... wait. All they do is feed you a pack of lies and take stuff away from you. She speaks in a different, language, like English, but in uneducated way, like you could say. British uneducated way. That's why I'm having difficulty with this. That's how. Okay. Oh, really, Miss Lestrade? Tell me, is that overcoat keeping you warm? What? Oh my, surely you were given that. Yeah, the D let me keep it after I looked daggers at him for long enough. Some words are missing even. He went through the pocket and then said, "Go on then. Have it before telling me to scrapper." Okay. Always pay off giving people a look like you hate him. Can't help feeling that it's going to get you into serious trouble one day. What I really wanted was that nice shiny disc mind. Okay, the detective's toolkit, right? Small music disc. The music box disc. But Mr. Windybank said it was practically worthless. I think I'm gonna go and have another bash. Give him a long, hard stare. I think not, Miss Lestrade. We shan't enter Windybanks again today. Why not? That's not fair. It can't be helped, I'm afraid. The police are investigating the scene now and taking a statement from Windybank. From Mr. Windybank, sir. But that disc's mine. I had the ticket for this coat and it was in this coat's pocket. And there should be something else and all. That's what that rotten cove said, ain't it? Yes, he did mention something about another article, didn't he? Well then, that's mine, too. Whatever it is. Now she's really pushing her luck. Miss Lestrade, I think it's time to admit defeat. You have had your haul for the day. Yeah, and it's all your fault, Holmes. So what are your plans now? Will you dine with us this evening? Eh? Eris would be delighted to cook, I'm sure, and I might entertain you with a modest violin recital. No. Ta? No, ta? Well, what does that mean? But I think she means no. Oh. Why would I come around your place, eh? Have you lost your head or something? Okay, she ran away. Oh dear, she's gone. Having reviled on me quite unnecessarily, I might add. I can't help wondering if perhaps she might turn up anyway. Interesting. Once she's had the chance to calm down, I think there's a good chance she will decide to come. Very well then. I'll inform Eris to set a place for our potential guest at the dinner table this evening. And one more thing. I should be glad of your company later too. Sorry? I believe I will have a rather splendid surprise to show you. Oh, how exciting. What is it? You shall have to wait and see, Miss Susato. Until later, then. Do a quick tea here. Wish I could show it in the camera, but that's what I have now. Okay, examine the area a bit. Maybe we'll have something more today. Or not. Let's see. We got all different things in the window of the shop. Oh no. I found one shop at home. Oh no, it's the same. It's the same. I have nothing extra. Guess we're gonna go inside. Move to Windy Banks. Pawnbroker? No. Let's see, Sean Sweet. It's 3:46 p.m. Sean Sweet. Oh, Susie and Runo. Come in, come in. Good afternoon, nurse. Thank you so much for breakfast this morning. Oh, don't mention it. Goodness, look at the time already. Busy as always. I am. I'm preparing everything for dinner this evening. Already? You're obviously cooking something special, are you? Oh yes, after all, we have a special guest joining us. Guess who it is? Gone? Hehe, you'll never guess. Look at those little eyes of hers shining. Oh dear, it is awkward when you already know the answer, isn't it? It's Jeannie. Isn't that exciting? Oh, what a surprise! Yes, that's a wonderful news. Wow, it seems overjoyed at the idea. Okay, so it's not even tending to be surprised. Can't wait to learn some pickpocketing tips from a real professional. Oh yes, that does sound like fun. I'm not sure that's entirely appropriate, are you, Mr. Naruhodo? By the way, Harris, what's Mr. Sholmes up to? Harley? Oh, he's been like that ever since he got back. Hello, Mr. Sholmes. I beg that you won't speak to me. Oh, sorry. Don't know who you are, but kindly take your leave. He's angry. What? As you can see, I'm not here. Okay. I don't know how to respond to that. See, Mr. B. I do apologize. When he gets like this, he's completely oblivious to everything. Yes, I see. Really, he behaves just like a child sometimes. Harley does. Mr. Sholmes and Iris have something of a parent and a child relationship, don't they? Yes, except that Iris is clearly the parent here. Come to think of it, I wonder where her real parents are. What's the matter, Bruno? You have ever such a funny look on your face. Oh no, it's nothing. I know what it is. Why does this girl live here with Mr. Sholmes? You're wondering, am I right? Oh, how did you? Hehe, oh Bruno, I can read you like a book. Oh, this girl is dangerous. Don't worry, you can ask me anything, I won't mind. Says, okay, let's ask her about the armband. Would you mind if I showed you this, Earth? It's just a boring old thing, really, but... Oh! Oh! Oh, I don't really like boring things. Oh. Looks like Japanese modesty is easily misinterpreted by young Western children. Misinterpreted? Okay. I mean, who does like boring things? No one wants to be shown something boring. Come think of it, you're always introducing things with, this is boring, but it's a bad habit. You should stop it. I'll be sure to let the entire population of the Empire of Japan know on my return. Ginny. So by Ginny, you mean Miss Lestrade, the young woman from the McGilded case 2 months ago, right? Yes, who also stole my experimental smoke grenade launcher. Although, after that trial, I invited her back here and we had dinner together. And now we are the best of friends. Best of friends, huh? Oh, what a lovely tale. Yes, now if I bump into her on the street, she runs away as fast as she can. Oh. And I chase after her down the back alleys. Interesting idea of friendship. And then I let her have the latest color of smoke grenade I have developed. Oh. There are so many beautiful colors in the world. Genie wants me to make a whole rainbow. I suppose this means you have let Miss Lestrade keep the smoke grenade launcher, have you? Yes, that's right. I got bored of it anyway. Harley always reacts the same way when I shoot him with it now. Poor Harley. Oh, I can't wait for Jeannie to arrive. It's been too long since she last came over. I'm so excited. I just hope she does actually come. I don't think she will come from this tale. Living with Shoals. I'm sure you have been wondering why it is that I live here with Hurley, haven't you? Well, it has crossed my mind that, and where are your real parents? My mommy and daddy aren't with me anymore. Okay. Suddenly turned out to be. Okay. Mommy passed away and when I was born. And at around the same time, my father. Okay, now sad moments. Well, he had to go to a faraway land because of one of the case he and Holly were working on. Oh, wait a minute. Did you say he and Hurley? Yes. Daddy and Hurley were always solving mysterious cases together. Uh, she didn't mention that before. He wrote them all up in his diaries. That's what in the metal chest over there. Well, he recorded them all. So, you mean it's true? Mr. Sholmes really did have a partner with whom he tackled some of his most taxing cases. Oh, yes, I mean, it's always nice to have one, isn't it? So, Mr. Sholmes' partner was your father? Exactly. Holly told me I wasn't allowed to look in the chest, but that only made me want to look even more. So I opened it up and found your father's memoirs. Yes, so I asked Hurley, who wrote these? He nearly fell off his chair, but then he told me that's when I found out that the author of all those accounts was my father. So Iris' father was Mr. Sholmes' partner. Iris' father. I've practically lived with Hurley all my life. I was tiny when he took me in, so it came as quite a shock. When Hurley told me he wasn't really my daddy, I mean, must have done. I wonder why Mr. Sholmes chose to tell you at such a young age. Holly says it's because he wouldn't have been able to hide it from me. Oh. Well, having lived with Hurley all these years, you might say that his ways have rubbed off on me. There are some things I can just see. Especially lies. Almost know when people are lying before they open their mouths sometimes. Right. Anyway, I was so fascinated when I read Daddy's diaries. That's what inspired me to write The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, actually. I would always assume Mr. Holmes simply told you all those thrilling stories. Oh no, Hurley's hopeless like that. He forgets everything. As soon as he's solved the case, it all but vanishes from his mind. Oh, I see. The other day it was so embarrassing as usual. He totally forgot about the case he had just solved. So the very next day, he gathered together all the people involved and proceeded to solve the case again. It was quite a shock for everyone. You can say that again. Yeah. Okay, now we know about Harley, why he's like this. You share your father's surname, don't you, Iris? That's right, Wilson. That is Dr. John H. Wilson. I learned from his diary that he's a doctor of medicine, you see? That's what promoted me to study and study so that I could earn a doctorate as well. Er's father, who went to some distant land, and is a doctor by the name of John H. Wilson. The court will now hear the trial of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. This wasn't Japan. That's the judge. Kindly state before the court the name of the victim in this case. The victim's name was Dr. John H. Wilson. Oh yeah, the first case. That's right, visiting professor of medicine at Imperial Yumi University. And the man who, in the most bizarre of circumstances, lost his life just before we left Japan. Just not seeing the camera. Alright. Mr. Sato. Yes. Perhaps we shouldn't pursue this conversation any further at this time. I think that would be for the best. Oh, my dear fellows, how good to see you. Mr. Sholmes. I can't scream like a girl, so yes, you have to deal with that. Why ever did you not make your presence known to me before? Huh. Well, no matter now. So, how the devil are you? We have been with you for most of the day. Most of the day. Goodness, really? I think you forgot. Do tell me, Sasha, is your violin unscathed? Hmm? My violin? Whatever are you talking about, dear madam? Oh, never mind that now. I have something far more interesting to show you. Behold, my dear fellows. Oh, another music box. Disc? No, not another disc. No, not another disc, Miss. No, not another disc, Miss Susato. This is the one Gregson demanded we hand over as evidence, Mr. McGilded disc. Oh my. Then what's it doing here? You know, at times, Mr. Naruhodo, I think that though I have an undeniable turn for detection, I may well be even more adept at la- larceny? Larceny? What does that mean? Did he stole it from him? Let's see. Larceny. Huh? Larceny. Not sure even if it's pronounced that way.
Larceny. Larceny.
Larceny. Yeah, okay, it's correct. Oh. Yeah. Theft of personal property in English law. Larceny was replaced as the statutory crime by theft. So yeah, he stole it. Okay, he stole it. That's the state. Hold on. We go back to the chat. Come on. All right. I may well be even more adept at larceny. Oh, that would be wonderfully exciting. I would be your pickpocketing assistant. And Rono could be our go-to lawyer if we ever got caught. Right. Plus, Susie has such beautiful handwriting. She could write all our menacing crime notifications. Yes, I would be delighted. I'm just going to pretend this conversation never happened. Think. Oh, yeah, let me show him the armband. Will he say anything new? I must stop you there, Mr. Naruto. Unofficial I may be, but I am nevertheless a professional. I couldn't examine such a humdrum item for anything less than £5. Oh no, I didn't really want you to examine it. I just wanted to ask you if, my dear fellow, as a professional consulting detective, I couldn't possibly venture an opinion for anything less than £5. What's up with the £5? Are you perhaps hoping to purchase a new telescope in the near future, Mr. Schultz? Indeed, I am. As you know, it has long been an ambition of mine to discover a new star and name it for myself. Because your earthly stardom isn't enough. Okay, all that for this. The music box. Music box? I don't understand. How did that disc come to be in your possession? I thought Inspector Gregson took it back to Scotland Yard. Quite correct. And that sort of uncompromising attitude is precisely why I always carry some of this. Chocolate? Caramel bar? Oh, that's a bar of caramel, Mr. Schultz. Your one and only friend in times of loneliness, if I'm not mistaken. If you will humor me, my dear fellows, cast your minds back to when the good detective confiscated the disc. Okay, quick flashback then. I'll be taking that, whatever it is, of mug gilded down to the yard. Thank you very much. So hand it over. Oh yes, of course. If the police demand something as evidence, my dear fellow, we have no choice but to capitulate. It's all yours, Inspector. And he replaced it. For the briefest of moments, I had the disc in my hand. Did I not? Yes, you did. But I still don't understand. It was at precisely that moment that I summoned my one and only friend to action, the caramel bar. I pressed the disc into a pair of bars like this. That's amazing. Disc and all the minuscule protrusions have made an image in the caramel. Oh, he duplicated. Indeed, this caramel is quite exceptional. I developed it myself, you know. Suitably soft for making impressions, but resistant to melting. The result of a precisely controlled solution. How extraordinary. Carrying a pair of these on one's person frequently proves very useful indeed. Take a house key, for example. A simple press and its unique form is duplicated. I can enter anyone's property at will and never without high sucrose nourishment. Yes, sounds legal. From the image, I was able to create this. I confess I was most curious to know what manner of music would issue from the disc when played. The music on the disc. Do tell us then, Mr. Schultz. Music does the disc play? Well, unfortunately, I have no idea. No idea? None whatever? Whatsoever? It's 3 a.m. now, so I could make mistakes, because I'm trying to read fast. Are you familiar with the workings of a music box, my dear fellows? No, I'm afraid not. Goodness, you don't know, Bruno? Inside a music box, there is a special metal piece called a comb. That's what produces the sound. I have one of these, It's very mini piece of just turn it and the wheel turns and makes sound while interacting with the comb. This looks exactly like mine. A small pro tube rinses pluck the different teeth of the comb as they rotate past it, making the different notes. First music boxes to be invented used a rotating cylinder with protube rinses on it. But over time, a new type of player was produced which uses discs such as these. With that development, the popularity of music boxes spread far and wide all around the globe. Why exactly? Because the discs are easy to produce and can be interchanged to facilitate the playing of different tunes. There are a great many firms in Europe now manufacturing music boxes as a result. It is wonderful to be able to enjoy music even when no performer is present. But it is the very success of the invention that means we are now presented with an unsurmountable mountable problem. What do you mean? As you may imagine, the construction of one's firm's music box does not match that of another, and we have no way of knowing in which music box this particular disc was designed to be played. There is no resolution to this problem, I'm afraid. It's quite interactable. Interactable. Oh, I see. So that's why. Naturally, I tested the disc in those few music boxes I have at my disposal. But as you can hear, to no avail. You have to have a specific music box. The results were equally unsatisfactory in this one. So, I'm presently engaged in acquiring an example of all the music boxes ever made in Europe. Every single one? That's hardly for you, always taking things too far. But my dear girl, an unsolved riddle is quite repugnant to my constitution. But surely all the different types in Europe will amount a huge volume of music boxes, won't it? Yes, that is certainly true. In the worst case, I shall just have to ask you to vacate the attic room. What? Magnus McGilded. Magnus McGilded, not a name I expected to hear again so soon. Yes, it's only been 2 months since that grisly case. Oh, having flashbacks. Yep. Mr. McGilded perished within hours of the trial's conclusion. Was it the curse of the Reaper? No one knows. Still now. The omnibus was reduced to a pile of ash. Not a shred of evidence remained. And with the man's death, the truth about the murder in which he was so intimately involved was buried. Even though we successfully established Mr. McGilden's innocence in the trial, the newspapers are still claiming that it remains an unsolved case. The murder of the brickmaker, Mr. Thrice Fired Mason. In the end, the truth of the matter remains a mystery. Still have no idea what really happened that night. And although Mr. McGilden was found not guilty through my defense, I still don't know if that was the right judgment or not. So it appears the case is not yet closed. Well, it's time I started getting things ready for dinner, I think. Jeannie will be here before long. Thank you, Eris. Oh, well, you must let me help you then. Of course, you see, there's plenty to do. I think I shall investigate the condition of my faithful performing partner. Now then, where did I leave it? Looking for his violin, I think. Let this be a lesson to you, Mr. Sholmes. Never leave anything too precious with the pawnbroker. Yes, you may be right. Oh, that reminds me. Yeah. Of something Mr. Windybank said before. He said that he had a manuscript of Eris in pawn, didn't he? Did he? Yes, he definitely mentioned it. Mr. Sholmes' latest tale of otherworldly mystery lies dormant in my storeroom, where his walls, I believe. So you heard about that, did you? I expect you were as incensed as I was. Okay. I'm barely holding up now. I feel tired. Maybe streaming late night was a bad idea. Oh yes, the idea of such a wonderful story languishing in Mr. Windybank's storeroom, gathering dust. My dear madame, I'm quite sure I told you already. Pawnbroker's storeroom is the safest place for it. More secure than a bank's vault. And what about your Stradivarius, Harley? Was that safe and secure? Well, there may be the occasional mix-up caused by a certain impetuous someone not too far from me now. He refers to Sherlock Holmes. Do you have any idea how long it took me to write that Baskerville story early? Oh, it sounds so exciting, The Hound of the Baskervilles. I should love to read it. Oh, why are they looking serious? Why is she shot? Ah, what's going on here? Why does it feel like an ice chill? Oh, sorry. Why does it feel like an icy chill just swept through the room? Susie, what did you just say? Um, you said the Hound of the Baskervilles? But how could you know the full title? Well, that's because Mr. Sod is such a great fan of all the stories about Mr. Sholmes, of course. But Bruno, the Hound of the Baskervilles, has never been published. What? When I showed Harley the manuscript, he told me that I wasn't allowed to publish it yet. I don't understand. That's why he said that he would keep it safe till it was the right time for the story to be made public, you see? So that's why the manuscript is at Windy Banks. Yet how could Susie here know its title? Well, Harley, what's going on? Uh-oh. I think the Dr. Wilson, he has something to do. Yeah, Sholmes is now in. Yeah, okay, I got it. Uh, what is it, Mr. Sholmes? It would appear our guest has arrived. Okay, he's changing the subject. Miss Lestrade. This was a bad idea. I knew I wouldn't welcome. I'm going. No, wait. Miss Lestrade. We've all been eagerly awaiting your arrival. I'll go. Haven't we, Eris? Oh. Okay. Oh, yes. Just wait there, Genie. We'll have everything ready in a jiffy. Come along, Susie. Right, of course. It's a pleasure to see you here, Miss Lestrade. Please please make yourself at home. Don't stand in the doorway, my dear girl. Come along in. What say you to some Mendelow's... What? Mendelow's son? I won't take no for an answer. Maybe that's some kind of food. Some, if it is, then Meddlesome. Okay. Here comes the cat. He meows. That evening, Eris prepared us all a meal that was even more delicious than usual. Mr. Sean's violin of performance was in no way meddlesome, and Gina, as we came to call her, taught us all how to steal things from one another without being noticed. We all become thieves. Everyone thoroughly enjoyed themselves well into the night. It's 34 p.m. Nardo's legal consultancy. That was a very enjoyable evening, wasn't it? Oh yes. Oh yes, Eris' cooking was truly divine, and I feel as though I can still hear the enchanting strains of Mr. Sean's violin even now. Best of all, I bet I could steal the glasses from his lordship's face next time we're in court. Naruto-san, could I consult with you about something? I wonder. What's the matter, Sad-san? It's about the telegram I received. Oh yeah, that one. The one that arrived first thing this morning, I suppose. I've been summoned. What? Summoned? What do you mean? Telegram was from the Lord Chief Justice Office. Lord Strongheart has asked to see me. The Lord Chief Justice? When? Tomorrow morning. What? Then we will have to start preparing at once. Oh no, that won't be necessary, Naruto-san. I have been summoned alone. Alone? What on earth for? I have no idea. I suppose I shall find out tomorrow. What's all this about? Whatever it is, it's making me feel very uneasy. That must be Eris. Oh, who could that be, I wonder? Uh, good evening, friends. Good morning. Oh, yes, hello again. And Gina. And Gina too. Yes, Jeannie's going to stay with us tonight. She's going to sleep in with me. Isn't that right, Jeannie? Well, yeah. How lovely. Let me make a pot of tea. You know, I have learned so much today. Oh, what in particular? All those things Jeannie showed us, wasn't it wonderful? Oh, you mean all those pickpocketing techniques? We had fun trying them out on each other, didn't we? I think I've awakened a natural talent. I could earn a living from it. Okay. You might be getting ahead of yourself a little there. So, what brings you up to our humble quarters at this late hour? Well, you see, I came to return this. Oh, he stole the armband. Wait, what? That's mine. Oh my. However, did you told you, didn't I? I have a natural talent for it. Oh yes. I forgot. Oh. Aristotle is a child genius. So anyway, here, you can have it back. Not that I really understand why you wear it though. Oh, thank you. Alright then, good night. Yes, good night. So this is your office, is it? What do you think, Jeannie? I think I wouldn't fancy me chances with a lawyer who lives in a place like this. Yes, me too. It seems as though Eris is here. Still has something she would like to talk about. Suppose. She probably wants to talk about the manuscript. Yes, I suppose she probably does. Okay. You know, I feel too tired for now, you know. Let me just try to finish this conversation. Then we'll see what happens. Rune, what are you doing? Look, I'm not gonna steal nothing. Alright? It's all junk anyway. Charming, I suppose I should gauge our guest in conversation really. What's here? Shovel. Oh. Oh. There she is. Gina looks very pensive over there. Are you alright, Gina? I was just thinking. That's all. Oh, I wouldn't fancy me chances with lawyer who lives in a place like this. Yes, you did mention that already. Get off, did I? Well, nothing else really springs to mind, that's why. What's wrong with this room exactly? I like it. Maybe there is more. I'll see. Uh-huh. Let's talk. The manuscript. Eris, I suppose you are hoping to talk about the manuscript, aren't you? Aren't you going to tell me? I'm so sorry. I need a little more time, please. Alright, I understand. Hope I haven't made you feel awkward. Oh no, not at all, Earth. Not at all. I don't know what all this is about, really, but it's a story you made up. Is it? Earth, this manuscript, or whatever you call it? It's not exactly a story that I made up. Something I read in Daddy's diaries. Daddy's? That's right. I don't suppose I have mentioned it to you before, Ginny, but my daddy was Harley's assistant once. His partner. Eh? They solved all sorts of strange and mysterious cases together. Is that right, mister? Apparently so. I was so surprised as you are, though. And Daddy wrote all the details of every single case down. You see, in this diaries. So I study them and write my stories based on what actually happened. So where's your old man now, then? Uh, he had to go away on urgent business to far away land, and he will be gone a very long time. So I never really met him. Oh, right. Come to think of it, I don't know anything about Gina's parents either. Perhaps we should ask her. I found the Baskervilles. Eris, this Hound of the Baskervilles story. I take it that it's another tale inspired by your father's accounts? That's right. I thought it was fascinating. Yeah, but it's different somehow from the other cases, I mean. Oh, how? I don't really know, but it must be special in some way. Because after I'd written it and I showed the manuscript to Harley, he turned as white as a sheet. It was the first time I've ever seen him like that. It pains me to have to say this after you have toiled over it so long, Eris. But this story must not be published at this time. This time, under any circumstances. But why not? It's one of my best works. I'm not at liberty to say, not now. So please do not ask me. Alright then, I won't. But I do solemnly swear that I will explain everything one day, Eris, when the time is right. And that's how the manuscript came to be with Mr. Windybank, isn't it? Yes. Hurley said it had to be somewhere very safe. That really gets my goat. That does it. He treating you like a child. It means that's what it is. Keeping secrets like that. Oh, I'm sure Mr. Sean isn't trying to be mean. Hey, if he said he wasn't at liberty to talk about it, I'm sure there must have been a very good reason. I think so too. You lot are too trusting for your own good, but he can't pull the wool over my eyes. Sean is lying to us. I bet my life on it. What? Hurley's lying to me? Okay. Let's speak to her. Yep. Your parents. Eva, I have realized that I don't know anything about your parents, Gina. I ain't got any. Have I? Never did have. Oh, look, the East End's full of orphans like me. No one wants nothing to do with us from the minute we are born, not even our moms. But we all stick together. The older ones look after the little ones and make sure they get by. That's why you're a pickpocket. Nah, diving my life, I love it. I get a kick out of it every time I lift some pompous idiot's purse. That's how we all afford to eat. I'm like Robin Hood, ain't I? That's how I see it. Robin Hood. Robin Hood. Oh, Gina. I do think about it sometimes. What it'd be like to have parents, I mean. I always thought I would make everything right. But having listened to what Eris just said, sounds like having parents ain't always easy either. Oh, I mean, if you know you never had them, you don't feel like you're always wanting to meet them. It's true. Yep. I do want to see Daddy so much. Oh, Eris. Come on now. I think this is the last one. Sean's lie. Gina, what did you mean when you said that? You know Mr. Sean is lying to Eris. Well, he reckons he popped that man mantle script or whatever, right? But come on, that's obviously a load of rubbish. Oh my, why would you think that, Gina? It's simple. If that story was really an old Windy Bank storeroom, there is no way someone from the halfway around the world, in other words, you could know about it. Oh, sorry, Alice, but if you ask me, he sold it without telling you. But Harley would never do something like that. I'm sure of it. Huh. Grown-ups do a lot of worse than that. Believe me. Bare-faced liars, a lot of them. You just ain't realized it yet. I'm telling you, that mental script ain't at Windy Banks. You would soon see if you had a look. Even if you think you can trust him. I don't. That Sholmes is a liar like the rest of them. If I'm honest, I have wondered if Hurley is telling me the truth sometimes. See? Oh, but I don't mean that I think he sold it. I mean that I sometimes wonder if he might have hidden my manuscript somewhere I don't know. Even though it's wrong of me to doubt him. Don't be too hard on yourself, Eris. Oh my goodness, look at the time. Come along, Ginny. We should go back downstairs. Yeah, right. And please don't mention any of this to Harley, will you? No, of course not. Good night then, Eris. Good night, Gina. You must let me make breakfast for you tomorrow morning, I insist. Oh yes, please. I can't wait to see. Good night then. Eris, it sure is easy to forget, isn't it? Sometimes she speaks just like an adult, but deep down, she's still just a child. Well, I think it's time that I turn in for the night too, Naruhodo-san. To John H. Wilson, Eris' father. Also, the name of the murdered visiting professor at Yumi University can't be a mere coincidence. There is something deeper going on. Still, Naruhodo, Mr. Naruhodo, that voice, that's Mr. Sholmes. What's going on? It's the middle of the night. It's Miss Lestrade, she's gone. Gina, she was supposed to be sleeping in Eris' room. Her bed is empty. Well, she's an independent young woman. She probably decided to go home, though. I think not. From speaking to her before she retired, I received the distinct impression that she was looking forward to breakfasting with Miss Susato. No, I don't believe the girl has gone home. I've been waiting for over an hour now. Over an hour? Oh, if you will indulge me, look out from the window, my dear fellow. What's this about? Oh, okay. She went to the windy bank. Wait a minute. Why is there a light on this time of night? That's Mr. Windybank's own brokery. Mr. Windybanks? Oh no. simple. If that story was really an old Windy Bank storeroom, there's no way someone from halfway around the world, in other words, you, could know about it. Sorry, Russ, but if you ask me, he sold it without telling you. Could Gina have gone? Seems you have some knowledge of the situation, Mr. Donodo. Sorry, but oh no. No, not really. Okay. Ah. Well, anyway, we must investigate. At once. Miss Susato. Okay, I need to stop you. We'll start investigation the next day. I'm too tired, man. Yeah. 1 hour and 15 minutes already for this late night stream is enough. Continue tomorrow. Alright. Even the screen changed. Cool. Thanks for watching, guys. Yeah, I'm done.